Hey, Shannon.
Hey, Matches, I was just thinking about something funny. No big deal.
Hey,
Don't worry, I won't
buddy.
say it on the show.
Okay,
I
that's
think at the end
fine.
of the show, we should try to end with something funny. But,
They
whatever.
don't. Yeah, they don't need to hear it though. It's fine.
They don't need to know. Yeah, the kids can't handle it. What's going on, Matches? What
I'm just
time
chilling.
is it? You chilling?
Chilling here, and it's time for our NOMS podcast as per usual.
Oh, yeah. The NOMS podcast. And that stands for what, Matches?
Nerding out with Matches and Shannon.
That's right.
Doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Yeah,
Yes, it
that's right.
does. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And I am your semi-excellent host, Shannon, and there's your more excellent host over there.
And with him, as always, it's Matches.
Party on, Matches.
Party on, Shannon.
Oh, I will. I intend to.
Oh my God,
How's it
we're
going,
being
man?
silly.
We are
Hey, it's a
being
silly day. It's good. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, it is a good day to be silly. That's what I say, yeah.
That's
At least that's
right.
what I tell the people at the bank when they're like, you don't have anything in your account. It's a good day to be silly.
That's right. I've been watching
Have
movies
no-
all day.
Have you? Nice.
No. Well, a couple movies. I threw a couple of movies in there.
I love it. I love it. I do try to research the movie that we're doing, even though we've seen them, because I'm like, wait, that was like a decade ago.
Oh, I forget things I watched yesterday now, so I shouldn't have a podcast.
Well,
But,
see,
I mean,
I shouldn't be here.
I don't remember things and stuff.
Oh, that's funny. Also, I have to watch the movie ahead of time, even though I've seen it like 10 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I feel ya.
You didn't catch it. It's okay.
But
yeah.
You still, I didn't. But you remember things better than I do.
Well, here's the thing. I remember fun things, like entertainment things. But then you're like, hey, Shannon, why aren't you wearing your socks? I don't know. There are things
works.
that I forget, and sometimes it kind of bothers me. I'm like, I'm sure the kids
bet.
are at the house. No, I'm kidding.
It's worse when you forget what you've forgotten. And it's like, I forgot something. I know I forgot something, but I don't know what it was.
Right?
And then you forget that, and you're like, oh, wait, I forgot something. What was that?
I've gone cross-eyed.
What is that? I don't know.
No. I did the fridge thing when I was a kid. You know how you open the
Yeah.
fridge and you have no idea why you opened the fridge? I'd be like 10 years old and I'd be like, why did I open this? It feels really good, but why did I? Flavor ice,
Yeah, that's true.
Lunch meat.
It happens to me at
Always
work
a surprise.
often, so
Does it really?
I'm always being asked for things, and I have to go like under a doorway, which they say completely erases your mind, and it really does.
Oh my gosh. I know. Well, Groot likes to jokingly say that me and the wife have dementia. And I'm like, well, the
You
good
do?
news is we won't remember you saying that. So
Yeah.
every day's a
Nor am
new
I.
day. That's right. Well, speaking of good memories, we have got one heck of a show for you today, don't we, Matches?
Yeah, we got a show, that's for sure.
It's a November to remember. It is. It
Yeah.
is. We're not through with the scary movies. We're doing frighteningly just horrific movies, just little tear your insides up and rearrange them and turn them into confetti. What terrible, scary films are we doing that will curdle your blood?
Well, they're romantic comedies, Shannon. is
Well,
the
for
thing.
some people, those are scary.
Yeah, they are. I get it, but these are non-traditional romantic comedies that
Oh.
even the fellas could love.
That's right. Come on board, guys. It's
That's right, like
okay.
Notting Hill.
See, and I've never
The
seen
Ring.
Notting Hill. Oh, did you say The Ring?
I did. I'm just kidding.
That's funny.
I got nothing.
Or Bad Lieutenant.
You never saw Notting Hill?
I never did. That is one of the movies that everyone's seen that I meant to. And then
It was
decades
actually,
happened.
well, back then it was actually really good. I don't know if it is now, but it was
Oh.
really funny.
We should maybe do it, and I'll finally watch it, and you can see if it holds up.
Nah.
But Matches, I'm just a podcast host, standing in front of another podcast host, asking him to do a podcast with him. And to love
How
him.
can I say no to that? I guess we're
You
doing
can't. But okay, so the
Next
movies
year.
we're doing
All right.
are... We're doing two... Well, one is a quintessential romantic comedy. By the way, I want you to keep account of how many times I say quintessential, because when I was thinking about these movies, I kept saying quintessential all the time.
Oh, no. God,
And I don't
please
know what that means. I think it's
I
those
don't
guys
either.
from the Transformers cartoons, like quintessential cars. But one is definitely like a blueprint for, I would say, romantic comedies from that period to at least 20 years from then, right? And I'm talking about when...
Yeah. 1980.
No, I meant the movie title. It's called When
Oh, the movie title. Sorry. When Harry
It was
Met
magic. That's
Sally.
right, When Harry Met Sally, starring Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan, who would go on to be like just the cutest little romantic Cupid doll for like a decade after that. You know, everything she was in, she had that twinkle. Yeah.
That's right.
Billy Crystal.
Yeah, she was in a lot of samey movies.
a lot of
but they
movies
were
that
very
Nora
good.
Ephron was in charge of. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
That's right.
Directed
And then
or
our
wrote
second
or both,
romantic
yeah.
comedy is one of my personal favorites, and it might be forgotten among this generation, but it's called Roxanne. Dum, dum, dum. You don't have to put on your red light. Woo, Roxanne.
Girl,
My daughter was telling me that
Roxanne.
there's. She saw I was watching Roxanne. She goes, "Oh, there's a song called that." And I was like, "I know, Roxanne." And she goes, "No, it's a new one." So apparently it's a new song like Roxanne, Roxanne. Na, 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 na. That's what it sounds like to me. But it is. It's
That
great.
sounds
She
terrible.
loves it.
Anyway,
But we are doing Roxanne with Harry Met Sally.
All
Two
right,
movies
well-
with names in them, so we should be able to remember them, right?
we should be able to remember, but we're
Yes,
going to see if we
we
can.
are going to see if we can. And we thank you so much for joining
Yes.
us on this journey. And it is going to be quite the journey, right? Yeah. Don't stop
hope
believing.
so. Oh,
Don't
God.
stop believing, Matches.
I won't. Oh, well. Well, thank you, and welcome to NOMS Podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe
That's
if
right.
you want to.
It is. We'll tell you all that
thing to
information
do.
later. We're gonna have a good show. We're gonna have video movie pick of the week. I have an epic theme
Yep.
song that I have planned that I think is going to be the final one. Do we have a sponsor?
All right, well, today's NOMS Podcast.
That's okay.
Hold on one sec. All right, everyone. Well, this NOMS Podcast is brought to you by Sticks and Stones. You pay us, and we'll give you a big bag of sticks and stones. Now, sticks and stones will break their bones, and words will also hurt you. You'll never play rock, paper, anything again. Just grab a bag of sticks and stones, and the world is yours. Threaten people with it? I don't know. Bonk them on the head, noggin. Sticks and stones, baby. sticksandstones.com/nomspod.
I love it, and I won't get hurt again.
Shannon,
Yes,
what is it
Matches?
about movies that you like the most?
Well, if anything, I would say I have a nose for movies, and I knows what I like,
Oh my God!
and I knows what's funny. Now
I
you might
love
be
that.
thinking, thank you. I love that you love that. I love that for you, as people say. You
It's
might be
true.
thinking, Shannon, why are you being so hilarious with your little special effects and your big nose? I'll tell you, I love the movies. I love comedies, and one of my favorite movie comedy stars of all time has got to be Sir Stephen Martin. Steve
Oh.
Martin,
Was he
right?
knighted?
You love him. No, he was in my heart. He was knighted in my
Okay.
heart. Do Americans get knighted? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
You have to be really, really special. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Michael Jackson. I don't know.
Gary Coleman. I'm not sure. Emmanuel Lewis. Yeah. They had to use
You
a
got to be
little
real
dagger.
special. It's
Yeah,
true.
very special to be an American to be knighted.
That's
But
a big old
yeah.
honker you got there, Shannon.
Oh, thank.
Look at that thing on
I
your
wasn't
face.
doing it. I wasn't doing it when you said that. That's
It's coming in 3D right at you.
That's right. Do the screen. Do the screen.
God,
So realistic.
I did like this movie until the end. I love Roxanne.
What movie are we talking about?
Roxanne.
You don't have to put on your red light.
Anne.
Oh, put on your red light. Wait,
The
did you just say till the
1987
end?
comedy written by and starring Stephen Martin.
That's right, Steve Martin. I was raised on Steve Martin, and this was actually one of those transitional Steve Martin movies because when he started off, he was a wild and crazy guy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of his movies in the late '70s and early '80s, they were hilarious. They were The Jerk.
Oh yeah. Oh, The Jerk's the one I think of. Yeah, the man with two
Oh
brains is
yeah.
good.
But they were insane and silly, and sometimes like in The Jerk or The Man with Two Brains, like things would happen for no reason. They were just like, like
Oh yeah.
Billy Madison style, just crazy stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. Did you ever see The Man with Two Brains?
I did a long time ago on cable.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Oh my.
Network,
Okay. Well.
I guess.
Okay. I remember renting it like in 1991 and thinking I've never seen this before, and just thinking this is one of
Yeah.
the best movies I've ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
But
yeah.
this is one of Steve Martin's best movies. And like I said, this is sort of a transition. Like, this has silly, wacky, over the top moments, but it's also a little bit more like his comedy style has changed, Like, he's still hilarious, but
Mm-hmm.
he is more like a kind of a Bill Murray, kind of a dry in a way,
Yeah,
in
he's
some
very
in some
quick.
movies.
He's
Yes.
yeah, he's very confident until it comes to one feature,
his nose in this
his little
movie. That's
snots.
right.
Yeah.
Now, why is it
Oh,
that he has a big nose? You might be asking. Well, because this movie, which I didn't know until I was much older, is a modified modern day version of the classic French story and old movies called Cyrano de Bergerac.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right. Cyrano had a big old schnoz, a big nose for news. He loved Roxanne, same girl, but they removed it in.
Yeah.
Roxanne
yeah.
was wanted, yeah.
I like this. I thought Daryl Hannah was really good in this.
Oh, this movie's great, yeah.
And
So
they work good together.
They do. I mean, Daryl Hannah is great, like in romantic comedies, and I don't know if you call her a great actress, but she's not bad. You know, she's
Yeah.
good. Like I wouldn't call Arnold Schwarzenegger an actor, but he's a great movie star. You know.
Oh, yeah,
But
for sure.
Daryl Hannah is great. Yeah, and this cast is great. You've got Shelley Duvall, the late great Shelley Duvall, as Steve Martin's best friend and god sister. Mm-hmm.
I was excited because I forgot she was in this.
Yeah, I know you. And I'll go on. You've got Fred Willard, the late great Fred Willard.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me set it up real. Steve Martin is the fire chief in a small little town that is just a nice little slice of small town life with lots of quirky, goofy residents. You know, like it's like Steve Martin is seriously goofy, and he's surrounded by all this like wacky, goofy quirkiness. You know, and you've got Rick Rossovich, the hunka burning hunk. He always played a hunky guy. Do you remember him? Rick Rossovich.
Kinda.
Yeah, I think he was in Pacific Blue for a while.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he was in a lot of shows and movies where he played the hunk. He was on a famous episode of Tales from the Crypt where his body. Well, yeah. There was I forget the actor's name. Oh, William Hickey. He was this little short guy, and he talked like this a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, he was in Nightmare Before Christmas. He played Dr. Finkelstein or Funkelstein.
Okay.
And he would slowly, like, he was trying to woo this girl, and he would slowly, played by John Travolta's dear departed wife, Kelly Preston.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And he would slowly, like, pay more money. He was rich. He would pay money to get, like, a body transfer from Rick Rossovich's character. So he got the chest. He got the face. He got the arms. He got the legs. By the time he was done, he was broke. And she fell in love with the other guy because of his money. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Oh, wow.
It's a good Tales from the Crypt episode.
Yeah, I bet. I can't find that anywhere, by the way. I've been looking for Tales from the Crypt on streaming or anything, and I can't find it.
It's not, I don't know if it's a licensing thing. You can still get it on DVD.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, Max is a thing. HBO Max.
Well, apparently that and Dream On were licensed with a different company.
Oh, really?
That's why you don't have Dream On, which was like one of their first sitcoms. Yeah.
Interesting.
So-
Okay.
But speaking of comedy, back to Roxanne. Steve Martin is a small town fire chief named C.D. Cyrano de Bergerac. Get it? C.D.
Bergerac.
C.D. Yeah. Wink, wink.
C.D. Bales was his name.
C.D. Bales. That's right. And he is confident and charming. Everybody loves him. And extremely athletic. Do you remember that? He's like he's like a superhero gymnast. It's so over the top, this stuff, but it works. Like, it's realistic, but it's also like
he's a fighter. He's, you know, a gymnast. He's all these things.
he's a poet.
Yeah,
He is. He is a Renaissance man for sure. Yeah.
He does.
No,
like
he's great.
when he beats up those two guys at the very beginning. And
Yes.
Did you recognize one of them?
I did.
I thought I was tripping. Like,
No, that was
realized,
Kevin
and
Nealon.
I had to look it up. It was Kevin Nealon. Yeah.
That was American Treasure, Kevin Nealon from Saturday Night Live and tons of other things, doing the dance, doing the bull dance.
that. Yeah.
I don't know who the other guy was, but yeah. So the funny
I
thing
just
is,
call
like,
him Lenny and Squiggy.
Lenny and Squiggy. I love it. Oh, speaking of the cast, you've also got Michael J. Pollard, who was this little old guy with white hair who, you know, he kind of acted like this all the time.
Oh, did you know that Michael J. Fox, when he went to go sign up for his name,
different guy.
Yeah, his name was Michael Fox. That there was already a Michael Fox, so he did a Michael J. Fox in tribute to that guy.
Oh,
just to,
nice.
to honor that guy. Yeah,
I do remember watching a Good Morning America in 1985 when Back to the Future had just come out, and he said the J means nothing.
Yeah,
they said, "What's the J stand for?" And he says, "Nothing."
Nothing. Yeah,
I chose it. Yeah. It means
That's
nothing.
funny.
But also, you got a young Damon Wayans in a very small role as one of the volunteer firemen.
Yeah, that was surprising. I was like, oh my god, it's him.
I know, right? That was 2 years after he was on that disastrous Saturday Night Live season, 85 to 86. He was a cast member.
Oh, man, that should have been so good. They should have kept all of them for another year just to see what we would have got. You know,
They just gave us John Lovitz and Dennis Miller back, but good choice.
That's true. Yeah.
It wasn't just them, it was the writers, yeah. But back to this. So, small town, and enter Daryl Hannah as a very, very smart, she's almost a rocket scientist, right? She's working on a PhD.
an astronaut, isn't she? No, I'm kidding.
No.
She's an astrologist.
Yes.
No, she's
That's someone who don't eat meat.
an astronomer.
Oh, right, an astronomer. Yeah.
Astronomer.
That's someone who can talk to animals.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
true,
it was
it's
outer
true.
space.
No, a lot of people don't know. It's very confusing. I get it. Like this week, I told my dad Happy Vegetarians Day. Yeah. So,
Huh.
yeah, and Happy Veterans Day, by the way.
Thank you. I'm a vegetarian sometimes. What? Oh.
I eat vegetarians like cows and.
Oh.
What?
I'm
But yeah.
sorry. You've served. What is it? You've mistakenly served me the food that my food eats. Ron Swanson when he gets served a salad.
That sounds about right. There's always
Yeah,
time for
all right.
bacon. There's room for bacon. So yeah, this movie is a whole lot of fun. Like I said, it's a modern day 80s retelling of Cyrano, and we'll get into why, what that's about. But again, I want to say Steve Martin has a big nose, and everyone in town loves him, but they don't make fun of the nose. That's the only thing he's sensitive about. Like, he's
Yeah.
confident, but you mentioned the nose. Because at the beginning, you said the two guys that confront him, Kevin Nealon and this other guy, they're kind of drunk.
Yeah.
And they make fun of his nose, and he's got a tennis racket, and he ends up sparring with them.
Oh yeah, because he stops dead in his tracks. Like he'll be walking away and then he just stops.
Yeah, what's up, big nose?
But he's fully in control. He's
very much.
Yeah, and it's very, very, very just neat acting choices here. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
There's an interesting version of Cyrano de Bergerac with Gerard Depardieu in it.
Yeah.
In the 90s.
I remember that.
And recently, Peter Dinklage starred in a version where he doesn't have a big nose, but he's, a little person. Peter Dinklage.
Are you serious?
Yes. I was curious. So,
okay.
But on this show, we don't just talk about movies that we love. We talk about other people who love movies. Who's that, Matches?
That would be Siskel and Ebert.
That's right. Siskel and Ebert, two reviewers, the reviewers.
They are
We're
the
gonna
reviewers.
see. They are the review. They're the ones I think of, yeah. So we're going to see what they thought of Roxanne.
We'll see how you do on Steve Martin, who stars in Roxanne, a love story about a gentleman with a very, very large nose.
Here comes 3D coming at you.
It's really one of the very best and most original movies of the summer. It was written.
Ebert looks like
Shannon?
he's already having a good time. Yes.
That is joy. That is radiant joy coming off of this man.
That is my
He's
face
a
when I know the McRib has
cherub.
returned.
Like,
He is a
he's
cherub.
Look at that. He's so happy about this. I'm
Oh
glad.
my
All right.
gosh, it sure is. All right, let's see. I can't wait. He's already smiling.
Stars in it as a small-town fire chief with a big nose. Like I said before, a very big nose. One day, a beautiful young astronomer named Roxanne comes to live in the small town, and Martin falls in love with her, but he's sure that she's never gonna go for his nose. Martin based his screenplay, of course, on Cyrano de Bergerac, but he does the adaptation so well that it doesn't feel like a rewrite. It feels like a new comic fantasy from the ground up.
Yeah, he's right about that. I mean, we get the basic story, but we get a whole lot more, I think, in there too.
Totally. Yeah. It's a modern day touch, and kind of like Clueless was a modern day retelling of Emma.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's this. I'm so glad Ebert is loving this already. Like seconds in.
Oh, he's cheesing. I've never seen him
Well, I agree, because when I set out to watch this again, actually it was about a few months ago I decided I'd watch it again, and my wife had never really seen it, and she was like, you know what, I'm really enjoying this. Like, she was just sitting on the
Really?
couch on her phone, and she kept looking up.
Oh wow.
And I
That's
just
how we watch
remember
movies nowadays.
I know, right? We're like, let me just text this real quick, and I'll can you rewind that? Can you rewind that? I know.
That's right.
We took Rocket to see the best Christmas pageant ever in the movie theater, and her
did
phone
you?
died. Oh, her phone died, and she was squirming. She was.
She
you would
watches her
think
phone during the movie.
I don't let her, but she does it. I'll look over and I'll be like, "Why are you playing a game when there's explosions on the screen?"
I would have y'all kicked out.
No. You should go
I
in there and be
can't
like,
do it. I can't have
"You
that
out."
little screen flashing in front of me from down there.
You know what's funny? Watching a movie at home is hard because I will get on my phone, but in the movie theater, I respect the rules.
That's true. Okay.
Strange.
Let's
All
see
right,
what,
back to it. Let's go.
15 Love. Daryl Hannah plays the beautiful Roxanne, and this is her best performance since Splash. She plays a nice girl, a really nice girl, who in this scene has somehow locked herself out of her house.
What is it? Somebody locked out of their house. Oh. Need any help, Chief? Looks pretty boring. I'll take care of it.
I love that.
This scene is great
He's
because
gonna take care of the naked lady.
for those of you who don't know, she was trying to get her cat back in the house, right? And the door closed and locked on her robe. So she had to remove her robe. And don't worry, it's very tasteful in PG-13. You see nothing. Kind of like Splash. Her hair covers, you know. And she's hiding in the bushes, and CD just happens to be coming by, and he's very gentlemanly. And I don't know if they're going to show the part where he does the superhuman leap to get to the top window of her house, but it's pretty fun.
Oh, what was that all about? Yeah.
Yeah, that was just I don't know.
That's before parkour was even a thing. He was a master of it.
I think it started with him, yeah. Oh, we got to say real quick, in this scene, part of the movie, John Capellos, an actor whose name you don't know, but you know him from everything. The janitor from The Breakfast Club. He was in the final seasons of Justified. Great. He plays a wonderful jerk in this movie.
Oh, which one? Is he the bar scene?
He's the one who owns the taxidermy store and is always wearing like a fur.
Oh, that guy's the worst.
He says the worst things to
him.
ladies.
Oh my god. And he owns it. Okay, we gotta get.
Yeah, because Siskel may hate it. I gotta know.
Get ready to move a little closer to her. Therefore, I must move silently, moving in towards you.
Reach out your hand.
My hand out, reaching to car 3. Proceed to the 279.
What?
You confirm?
Oh my gosh. That is.
I mean, a 279 call is prostitution, actually.
No! Are you serious?
Yeah, somewhere in here. I've got it. Let me see.
Oh my gosh. You know, a lot of people don't know that was originally in the Dr. Dre Snoop Dogg song. It's a 279 on an undercover cop. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. No. It was a 187,
Let's see.
Which is not cool,
here we
not
go.
cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
279 is prostitution. 280, providing a stun gun to a minor.
Whoa, what?
281, public indecency. 282, public intoxication. And 283,
course.
public nudity. I thought this was like just that, it's that section, I guess, of the codes and stuff.
The top
or I
where
guess
nobody
similar
pays
to them.
attention. Yeah. Is it
was-
like the 5 or 6 other verses to a hymn or a Christmas song that no one sings anymore?
Kinda, yeah. But it's funny
This
for
is the
prostitution in there.
seventh time. That's
like
hilarious.
with indecency and nudity.
I love that
and all
Rick
stuff.
Ross eventually starts going, car three.
Car 3, proceed to the 279.
That's right, baby.
All right.
Well, let's keep going to the Bleepin' 82 and find out what Siskel says. I'm sure he's going to hate it. I'm scared.
I'm down.
We're always talking about the shortage of love
I'm sorry. He is just tickled, y'all.
stories in the movies, and Roxanne is one of the most romantic and good-hearted, whimsical love stories I've seen in a long time. Steve Martin is wonderful in this movie. He's especially good at physical acting. He uses body language to express Cyrano's cheerful, heroic nature, and in this movie, as well as in All of Me a couple of years ago, he proves that nobody is a better or more subtle physical comedian right now than Steve Martin.
What is All of Me? Do you
All
know?
of Me is a classic early 80s film with him and, oh gosh, what's her name? Lily Tomlin. And being an 80s film, it's the weirdest concept. It's something about she's dying and she wants to transfer her soul into another body. And it doesn't go so well.
Oh, I think I've seen
And she ends up
that.
taking over half of Steve Martin's body.
Yeah, I remember that movie. I watched it on like TBS or something.
Yes,
forever
because
ago, but
his
yeah.
fiance leaves him and she says, I faked all my you-know-whats. And he goes, I did too.
Too. Oh my gosh.
so
I didn't
did
know
I.
it was. Okay. I forgot about
Yeah,
that
All of Me
movie.
is pretty funny. I have to watch it again. I haven't watched
I'm
it.
going to have to find that one.
I haven't watched it since I was 12. But I remember cracking up.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to find that and watch it this week for
Heck
sure.
yeah. All right, on with the review.
I'm going to write that down.
Let's see what Siskel does.
All right, let's do it.
Siskel's going to hate it.
Daryl Hannah, who's usually cast in weirdo or offbeat roles, is absolutely right as the mainstream middle American object of his fantasies. And this is a funny, charming, original love story that I enjoyed from beginning to
I
end.
absolutely agree. This was charming. Martin is playing at an effervescent, almost ginger ale level throughout this whole film. It is a beautiful comic masterpiece of his work alone. If there were no one else in the film, if you stripped out every character, he would dance with this movie and it would be a delight. Daryl Hannah's given her first intelligent role. She's equal to it. She's good. I just had a big grin on my face as I watched this whole film.
I have very little to add. This is a great comedy. You think so? I think so.
What do you know? You got one right.
Can't even have an argument.
We can't even have.
They
an
love it.
argument.
It's unanimous.
Oh my gosh, they kissed. They kissed after that one.
Do you think they went
smoochy?
Oh, Sisky. Oh, EB. Do you think they went to Bonanza after that and just had drinks together and was like, huzzah, to movies, to film?
Yeah. While I was watching this movie, I was like, I don't think it holds up very well. Well, it does, I think. Well, as I was watching it. And then I kept seeing, like, funnier parts and funnier bits. And Steve Martin is really, really, really good at playing this character. Like, when he falls down from the sky, it seems like
my
in front of
gosh.
those old
And he
ladies,
tells them that...
And he says he was taken by aliens and they had little suckers and go...
And not just any aliens. Aliens that are looking for sexy older women to do things with. And they go, well, I mean, we are better at it, you know? And the ladies go off to fight the alien.
Wasn't he trying to, like, stop them from having sex or something? He was trying to, like, get them to go to her house or something?
Yes. For
right,
those of you who are in the middle of this and not know, Rick Rossovich wants to woo Daryl Hannah. Woo! Woo! But he's, while handsome and sexy, that's all he's got. Like, he's charming with other people, but when it comes to ladies, he's all like, you know, he has, like, no game. Oh
and
my gosh, yes, he just wants the base desire,
That's all he sees.
So he's like a handsomer John Capellos.
He's the dumbest character you'll ever see.
So what happens is Steve Martin, who is in love with Daryl Hannah, but realizes she loves him, you know, so he agrees to help him woo her. So he basically, like, you know, uses Steve Martin's words like Cyrano does. The balcony scene in Cyrano is just like the balcony scene in this movie. You know, he's in the bushes and he's talking, and Rick Rossovich is like, it's working, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Two of the funniest scenes in this movie to me. One is the bit where the guy at the bar challenges
it's one of my favorite scenes.
Oh my gosh. Because he's a big, solid guy, and he just says, what did he say? You have a big nose.
You hear me? Big nose. Yeah, the guy who looks like he could fit into some 80s country western man. I don't know why. But yeah.
Yeah. But what was his name?
It
Seabass
wasn't, but he did remind me of Seabass. Did he have a name? That is Seabass.
That's freaking Seabass, yeah. I don't know.
Let's explain this scene to people, because this is one of the best scenes of the film. Okay, so he picks on Steve Martin, tries to get a fight, calls him Big Nose, and there's literally a record scratch in the bar. Like, and everybody goes silent because they know
he stops.
You don't talk about CD's
He turns around.
So it's so funny. He tells him, he's like, that's not even very inventive. He goes, I'll make you a deal. If you throw whatever number you throw the dart on the dartboard to, I will come up with as many as that, even better insults. And the guy hits 20 twice. And he does 20 of them. And what's funny is the only one I really remember is the dirty one. But I remember him saying something like, philosophical, laugh, and the world laughs with you. Sneeze, and it's goodbye, Seattle.
That's right. He did one about, like,
which is actually
or something like that. Was it?
From Cyrano.
From the
there is that scene
Cyrano.
is from Cyrano. Yeah, I mean, it's not the same jokes except for that one, but yeah.
It is. But he actually, in the movie, he did 20.
15
of them or something like that. No. Well, he did 15,
yes.
and then he asked what our count is, and they said, or something. They did a lot more than they were supposed to.
I think
There's more than 20. There's like 24 or 25, depending on the version you watch.
And then when he has the bar sing along, do you remember that? He's got the whole world in his nose.
Oh, yeah. Hello?
All right.
Oh, there you are. Oh, yeah. I love that. It was good. Yeah, he had like little subdivisions for each one of these jokes about his nose.
Weather,
it was very, very clever.
Pornographic,
It's silly.
It was hilarious. Now, what's funny about this scene is the guys that he confronted earlier, the blonde-headed guy whose name we don't know, he's in the bar with the girl, and when he sees this is about to happen, he's looking at the big guy going, no. because he knows what it's like to mess with CD.
Oh, really?
And he's like,
Yeah, yeah.
don't do it, don't
That's
do it.
right. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it.
That is one of the. What's another scene you
That's
were going to
so
mention?
funny.
There's so many good ones, like the wacky firefighters, the volunteer firefighters. There's all this funny background stuff. Like one time, I think he's. Yeah. One time he's on the phone.
That's right.
And you can see, I don't know which one it is. You see water squirt up.
Yeah.
Then you see a guy on top of the water.
Yeah. He comes up,
They are the
and then he
worst-
goes back down.
They're the worst
Something like
firefighters
that.
ever.
Firemen
Oh
ever.
my gosh.
Yeah, they had some hijinks there. It kind of reminded me of
Oh
Little
my
Rascals
gosh,
a
when
bit
they
when they're trying to put out the fire.
they got the fire
house.
helmets on. Woo, woo.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny to me. And then the other one I was talking about was when they were on the porch and they get into the fight, and Daryl Hannah says, "You get out, go on, get out." And Steve says, "Wait a second, I am out. You get in." And he has some amazing funny
Yes.
bits like that in this movie. I thought it was good. The ending, I thought some
Oh.
of the words were a little wordy.
Well,
There's some
if
word
you
salad
think
going
about
on
it-
that I was like,
yeah, if you think about it,
but
like
it's
the
overall
ending
it's
is like
great.
it's the journey, not the destination. You know where it's going to end up, so you're like, okay, let's just let's go. But it's great. It's great. And Rick Rossovich ends up running off with the waitress. There's this great line where Daryl Hannah says her ex-boyfriend just gets used for sex, and I think the bartender says, "I did one time and it was fabulous," or something. I don't know. I can't remember. But
Yeah.
heck yeah.
Yeah, they
I-
were good for each other.
I definitely
think.
recommend this
Her and
movie.
that guy, yeah.
Like I said, my wife didn't really remember it, and she thought it was great. And it's funny and it's heartfelt. You know, it's well written. Like I said, the wacky firefighters in the background. You know, they're all. Fred Willard is the mayor of the town, and he's constantly dressing like Miami Vice. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Very Crockett and Tubbs.
Yeah.
Which yours truly
It's
had
so
a
great.
Crockett
I don't know
jacket
why, he
in
just
the
says-
80s. I did. My mama sewed it.
Did
She was
you
like, I can
really?
make that. No. No, she bought me a pastel blue
I'm so
shirt
jealous.
and a Crockett jacket, a Sonny Crockett jacket. I go to school and I'm like, hey guys, what's
Yeah.
up? Anything going down? And they were like,
Oh my gosh.
you like a low budget Crockett. You're like, pocket. Yeah.
We were
You
poor
look more
man's
like
Crockett.
Tubbs,
Oh
and I
no.
look like Tubbs. Oh man, but yeah, this movie is great. I would recommend it. And would you recommend it as well?
Oh, I recommend it, especially for like a cute date movie. If you want
Heck
like
yeah.
a, what do they call it? A meet cute, and then like have
Ooh.
this plan somewhere. I
It's a
don't know,
rom
dude.
com. It's a rom com.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's good, and it's not a traditional one. I don't think, you know.
The firefighters in the background are some of my favorite parts because he tries to teach him how to work as a team by playing classical music. You know, do 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 do. And then
Yeah.
at the end, do do. Towards the end, I would be remiss by not saying Steve Martin. There's a scene where everything's just gone wrong, and all of a sudden he starts sniffing. He could smell a fire that's happening. Do you remember that? Because the team has to go to the
yeah.
rescue. It's
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
official fire they've ever fought. They're following his nose. And he's like,
Oh yeah, that's so good. He's like, this way.
yeah.
Oh, one little fact I did find out when he was at the surgeon's place or whatever. He wanted to try
Yeah.
on noses. The nose that he puts
Right,
up to his
right.
face is his own nose.
Oh, that's hilarious.
The picture of his own nose. But that's it. I actually recommend this. I'm gonna give it 5 nose jobs.
Okay, dang it. I got to
out
come
of
up with something
5.
new. Okay, I give it 5 Elmer Fudd crazy hunting hats that Rick Rossovich was wearing out of 5. It is too small.
That's
by
too
the way,
small
his
for
name was
him.
Chris, and the character he was in Cyrano was called Christian. So those 3 are, they kept that. But yeah, I would recommend Roxanne. I think you can find it on Prime right now.
Yeah, Roxanne's a solid movie, y'all. It's true. It's true.
All right, so now we're going to go into the. Are you ready for this, matches? 3, 2, 1. Hey, matches.
Hey, Shannon. What you doing, buddy?
Well, I thought I'd talk on the internet and just do a little, I don't know, no big whoop, but I thought maybe we would do one of our favorite segments of the show, and hopefully yours too. What's it called, matches?
It's called the video movie corner
movie
pick up
corner.
the week.
Here I come with the silver. Oh, yeah, Crashers. It keeps coming. That's right.
That's right.
Any of you ladies who fainted, we'll give you time to get your composure.
That's right.
Yeah. Any of you men who fainted, that's okay too. We're cool.
This is a good segment. I love this. I love this segment because we get to recommend
this
stuff
segment.
to people that we enjoy. You know.
That's right. That personal things that we like that Siskel and Ebert maybe didn't review, didn't get to touch, or more modern day stuff.
True.
So I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited about mine. Are you excited about yours?
Yeah, I am actually. I watched it today again. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. You tell me mine. I'll tell you your mine. I'll tell mine. Yours, mine, and ours. Bob Carroll, Ted Nowles. All right, go ahead.
Well,
Do yours.
my video movie corner pick of the week today is
Pick of the week.
I Saw the TV Glow
Ooh.
by
I have heard about this.
Showburn. I don't know how to say her name, but she's wonderful.
Okay.
She's
tell us all about I Saw the TV Glow.
Well, Shannon, if you're a fan of
Yes.
90s fandom, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, for example.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. No.
The Secret Diary of Desmond Pfeiffer, any show on UPN? No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah,
No.
anything. Even Charmed is lacking as it was, and not as
we
good.
will not speak of.
Yeah, I
mean,
watched
they
it all
were-
one day, in like a week, I think, and it was like it was okay. I just kept watching it, but
I just couldn't do it. I was like, I got Buffy. I'm good.
it's about love for these things and just living in the 90s, you know, being a
Okay.
kid, going to school or high school, you know. I think the main character in this is in 9th grade and meets a girl who's in maybe 11th grade or something like that.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Forbidden romance.
No, there's no romance.
Oh, forbidden no-mance.
They're
No-mance,
they're actually
sorry,
just
okay.
like hyped by their love for a TV show called The Pink Opaque.
Wow.
Yes,
That-
and they show
okay,
this
I'm going to let you talk and see if I can pronounce that in my head.
The Pink Opaque. Yeah. It's a show kind of like, you know, those shows back in the day, like Buffy or something. It's about two girls that have a psychic connection and they fight the forces of evil. Like
Oh,
a
of
big
course.
ice cream man or the giant moon man who is named Mr. Melancholy. And it's about their
I love
friendship
it.
through the
I love
years.
it.
And after a while, this girl disappears, you know, for a long, long
Oh.
time. And it's a mystery. But there's something that happens later on in the movie. I feel like the first time I watched it, I was waiting for it to get good. I was waiting for that weird magic to happen, you know? And it got to
Yeah.
the very end of the movie and kind of tells you what's going on. And that's when you're just like, my mind was blown. I loved it all the way through from the beginning. Like, I thought it was the coolest concept for a movie, and I can't give it away because it really is great.
Okay.
But the whole thing is a trans allegory
Oh, okay.
as well.
Okay.
So and
Gotcha.
yeah, and it's not super subtle. It will. Oh my gosh, it's so great. You can identify it with it in so many other ways too, not just that. But I thought it was great.
Of
She's
course,
a trans
of course.
director, Jane is, and she's done
Okay.
a very good job. She did something called "We're All Going to the World's Fair" that won a lot of awards and stuff.
I have heard that
Yeah,
title.
and
It
it's-
sounds like an awesome book.
I haven't seen that one yet, but I hear it's very, very good. But yeah, this is
Okay.
a very, very low budget kind of a movie. They did what they could
Oh.
with it, and I think it's imaginative world, and the things that happen in this world are just bigger than the sum of its parts. And you get like some cool cameos, like Pete and Pete are actually in the movie. Blink and you'll miss them. Both of them are in the movie in the background, just standing there, and like you know,
And you know who they are?
you can
Like,
kind of
recognize them?
can't really tell who they are. No, someone told me like that's they were in it, so it's one of those things. But like Tara Benson from Buffy plays a mom in this. She has a quick
Ooh,
cameo.
Tara. No,
Tara, yeah.
Amber Benson.
Oh,
is
sorry,
the
did I say
actress's
Tara
name.
Benson?
That's okay. You put them together like anybody else.
One of the
you know?
girls in the Pink Opaque is named Tara too, so I'm thinking that's yeah,
Nice.
no
That's like-
accident, but yeah, but we really need like a TV series to deal with this. Like we really need
Continuation,
to
okay.
just continue this in some way, and I would just be so for it. It's so good.
Matches. 6 seasons in a movie. 6 seasons in a movie.
That's funny you say that because they're trying to get to the 6th season of the Pink Opaque in the movie.
Wow. I'm good. And I haven't even seen it.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
well.
I had some pink opaque one time. It was all right. I like it. My wife makes this thing called pink pasta, It's delicious.
Really? That sounds gross.
Yeah, it's like a pink. No, it's you put a little Pepto-Bismol
Is it
in there.
cold?
No, I'm kidding. It's not cold.
Okay.
We don't eat cold pasta.
Oh man, I hate those cold pastas, those antipasta salads and stuff. Like, why?
Well, it is anti-pasta.
It's
Oh, right.
weird.
Pasta should always be warm.
I think so.
Agree. Yeah, like a hug for your insides.
yeah.
Well, that was pretty cool. I like that. So it's a movie about love of genre TV, sort of.
It is,
and
yeah. And then
pop
once you
culture.
just realize what's happening, it unfolds before you. Like
Nice.
everything you saw.
nice.
And watching it again was even better because, like, you know,
Okay.
you can notice all these little things that are going on.
Sweet,
So
sweet.
yeah,
Well,
that was it.
My video movie corner pick of the week is not quite as woven in, but it is fun. But I can't do it justice. I brought a special guest in who's going to talk about my video movie pick of the week. All right,
That's cool.
I'll just let him introduce himself.
Okay. Oh no. Uh-oh. Yep. See where this is going.
Give him a second. He's gotta get the wardrobe. Hang on. Just cut this.
Here we go again.
Hey.
Eric Cartman. Hey.
No, it's not Eric Cartman. Hey. Hello. My name is Teddy. I'm Teddy from the show Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
That is sit at a restaurant called Bob's Burgers.
Nice to meet
and
you.
My best friend Bob Burger owns the restaurant. Anyway, what can I say? Okay, I've got a video movie pick of the week right here. Coming, video movie pick of the week, and you know, there sometimes is released a movie, and this is one of them. That's right. I'm talking about the Bob's Burgers movies that I just happen to star in. You don't see me a lot. I cut most of my scenes and my love scenes, but it's okay.
Oh.
The Bob Burgers movie, a epic film, a Oscar bait, come out in 2022. Bob's Burgers. It's a great movie. It's got a good plot, and it's got nothing fancy, nothing special. But if you're a fan of the show Bob's Burgers, which you should be,
I am.
and if you're not, well, okay, good. Stream it now.
I've not seen it
And
though.
oh, okay. Well, you should see the movie. It's good. It's got all the songs that you like. That like the points of Bob's Burgers when there's music. It's got that. It's got warm hugs. It's got action. It's got me pulling a burger cart and talking to a raccoon.
Oh.
But the Bob's Burgers movies is very good. I'm sure the fans of Bob's Burgers like it. It's funny. It's got a good plot, and like I said, lots of sweaty, teddy action scenes. So you'll like that a lot.
That's what I like.
So my video movie pick of the week is the Bob Burgers movie.
That's
And that's
great.
all.
Yeah. Thank you, Teddy.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Oh, where's he going? He's already gone?
What just happened?
Oh, Teddy from
Was
Bob's
that Teddy
Burgers
from
just
Bob's
came by
Burgers?
and you know gave us the tea on the Bob's Burgers movie. So
Yeah, he spilled the barbecue
he
sauce.
did,
spilled
yeah,
the
all
secret
over
sauce.
it. Yeah, I'm excited.
Well,
I haven't seen
I
it yet,
can-
actually. I don't know why.
I'm surprised. I can tell you, Bob's Burgers was the show that I didn't ignore.
Yeah.
But I didn't really like. I'd catch every now
Oh
and
yeah,
then.
you told me that. Yeah, I got on it on the first season. Was like, this is the best show ever, and I haven't finished it. So
Yeah, and I wasn't so sure it was one of the best shows ever. So I thought last year I'm gonna start marathoning it from the beginning, and I finally
Yeah.
finished in May. And
my
now the new
gosh.
season's on.
when did you start?
It's such a great show. Last year,
Okay,
like
last year.
around this time.
Okay.
Yeah, around this time. I would just sketch a few episodes in. I didn't know it had like musical moments.
Oh my
And-
God.
And what's great about the show is, you know how in some shows, animated too, like the characters kind of, they kind of become one note
Yeah.
by like the 15th season.
Yeah.
You know, as it goes on. This show, the characters become even more well-rounded as it goes on. Like Louise starts off as a psycho in the first two seasons.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you see she's got this little heart and this little soul.
Well, it helps
but she
that
still
they're
likes to play
dealing
with
with
fire.
what's her name, Melissa or Mel. No, it's not Mel. That's her character name. You know who I'm talking about. Flight of the Conchords. She's
Oh gosh, yes. Oh,
She's the
it's
little
not
girl.
Melissa. It's Kristen
Shaw.
She's got cute little chipmunk cheeks.
Kristen Shaw.
Kristen Shaw.
Yeah.
She's
they
got one of the best
her. They've
voices
got
in
the guy
animation.
doing the kid. What's his name?
Oh, Eugene Merman.
Yeah, it's Merman. Yeah, it's Gene.
I was a huge fan of Eugene Merman's stand-up. So when
He's
I finally
great.
knew he was in something mainstream,
Yeah.
he is hilarious.
And then the guy who does, I'm forgetting all their names.
Bob?
No. The guy who does the girl character.
Mr. Fishoder.
No,
Who does the
with
white character?
glasses, butts, unicorns, horses.
Oh, the guy who voices Tina, the daughter.
Yes, he's amazing
Hey.
too. I love his voice.
You know, new Tina's got a lot of things going on this summer. No big whoop, whatever.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it.
And,
And they
Kevin
get to,
Kline
Kevin Kline?
is occasionally popping in as Mr. Fishoder.
Oh, is he really? I didn't know that.
Yep. And Zach Galifianakis plays his brother.
I knew that. I remember that. Yeah.
Okay, but
I don't know why I didn't know about
Kevin
Kevin Kline. Yeah, I really didn't.
Ah, Bob.
But,
pay me rent.
yeah. What was I going to
So
say?
Bob's Burgers TV show also
and they actually
recommended.
get to ad-lib things, and a lot of people in a lot of
Yes.
shows don't get to do that. So they actually animate around them ad-libbing. They can do that on the spot, I guess, and that's what makes it really, really good, I think, too, because these
Yeah.
guys are so good at that. Other people might not be able to do that as well, but
Right.
all these people are so funny working together, and it's just wonderful.
It's got heart.
Lauren Richard as the mom. And he's a
Oh.
man does the mom, right?
And
Yeah.
a man does the mom,
I
and a
love
man
it.
does the oldest daughter, which I thought
so
is hilarious.
great, and they're so good at it. Okay, anyway, that's our video movie
right.
quarter pick of the weeks, guys. We gotta go.
Man, I feel like eating some Bob's Burgers. Come on, let's go.
I want a burger so bad. I'm so broke. Okay. Podcast don't pay the bills yet.
Thank you. That was my Teddy. What it do, Matches? How are you?
I'm good.
All right. Welcome
Same
back
as
to the
I've been
show.
this whole time we've been here.
That's cool. I think I've added some years to my life. Maybe. I've been using this new thing called the substance. But the thing is, I have to tell you that, every week I try. I pull the strings of my heart and I try to make beautiful sounds and make a theme song that is worthy of our
it's that time.
friendship and our show. Oh, it's time. I think this theme song is it. I think this is going to be awesome. The music is totally original. The lyrics are original. You've never heard this before. And all I need you to do is say something before I start, okay?
Okay.
I need you to
Strap
say,
in.
nobody put Shannon in the corner.
Okay. Nobody put Shannon in the corner.
You'll have the time of your life. You never laughed like this before. We swear it's the bomb, and you owe it all to NOMS. Do 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 do. Imagine people getting up and dancing with the shit. Do do do. It's not the merengue. You've been waiting for so long for a podcast to come along and be groovy. Do 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 do. We show Siskel and Ebert, then we dive into a great movie. Now with passion in their thumbs, they say if it's good or dumb, proudly. So solve a mystery in Fargo. You had me at hello. It's your kids, Marty. Just remember, they're the two guys who go over the top. So if there's something about Mary, call Beverly Hills Cop. 'Cause you'll have the time of your life. Hey, Matches, you'll have the time of your life. You'll never laugh like this before. Never laugh like this. Matches and Shannon. And you owe it all to NOMS. You'll have the time of your life. You've never laughed like this before, never laughed this way, and you owe it all to NOMS. When I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. I carried a watermelon.
That was really good. It's the first good one I think we've done on the show so far.
Out of 8 shows.
Yeah,
take it.
Yeah, it's really, really good. We're not going to use it though. We can't use it. It doesn't fit us, I don't think. We need to try something different.
Understood the assignment. I'll try to do better.
Yeah, it was
That's
good
cool.
though.
Hey,
Good
here I come.
job.
I'm ready.
Good job, buddy.
Catch me. Come for the lift.
Oh.
Hey, real quick, when Rocket was like 1 year old and that movie was playing in our living room, I came out of the bedroom holding her like Jennifer Grey in the air. I said, "Look, Mommy, look, she's doing the lift. She's doing the lift." And she was 1 year
Oh
old
my
like this.
gosh,
She's
that's
going.
great.
She was
Really?
having the time of her
Aw.
life. Hey, Matches. Ask me how much I love this next movie that's coming up.
How much do you love this next movie that's coming up?
I love this movie. I love it. This movie is a big yes for me. Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I'll have what she's having.
Yes, we nailed it. Show's over. We can't do better than that.
Nope, we're going.
This movie, as I said, is the quintessential of quintessential romantic comedies, released in 1989, directed by Meathead from All in the Family, Rob Reiner. It's called what, Matches?
When Harry Met Sally.
That's right. And that title has been used a lot after that. Have you ever noticed there's like TV episodes that are called When So-and-so Met So-and-so?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like, to this day, this movie is an influence on romantic comedy, and just like, it invented some things and honed something. Kind of like Halloween, like made the slasher better and was quintessential.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. The comedy's really quick in this. I feel like Nora Ephron has the gift of gab. You know, before Quentin Tarantino, before I don't know whoever else there was Nora Ephron.
Nice. That's right. Before her was Dr.
This is
Seuss.
one of those non-traditional. This is more non-traditional, I think, of a romantic comedy than Roxanne is.
Oh, totally non-traditional. Yeah, because well, tell them why you think it's not traditional, man.
Well, the whole thing, the whole bit of the movie is, can men and women just be friends? And without sex getting in the way.
Oh.
And as someone who has never had that problem,
wait, never had which problem?
I'll let you figure that out.
Oh,
you heard me.
You know what? For a while there, I was eternally in the friend zone, so I get it.
Oh yeah. There is no.
I don't want to
friend
mess
zone,
up our
though.
friendship.
That's not true.
That is funny. This movie is, can men and women be friends? It's so funny because I just want to say real quick, I can relate to this movie a lot because me and my wife met in college, and we're a little When Harry Met Sally meet just friends, which is funny because I'm like Chris Brander in reverse. He became Ryan Reynolds and I became Chris Brander. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure,
just friends. That was a fun one. I bet that was a little fat shamey, but that's okay. It was fun.
Yeah, you forgive a few things, but yeah.
That's right.
So, it's the friend zone, and so I met my wife in college, and she was only there for one whole semester, but we were like the best of friends. We hung out, we had lunch together at the cafeteria, often my treat. I'm just kidding. We had the meal plan. We'd go to Taco Bell together that had the student discount, and we were just friends because I did ask her out. She said she had a boyfriend. I said, well, I don't. And so we became good friends, and I'm glad. I am so glad that we were friends.
I didn't know you asked her out back then.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
she was pretty.
No, it's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful story.
I literally saw her across campus one day, and I'm like, who is that goddess?
Yeah,
and
you did that every day, Shane.
Yo, okay, you know what? Maybe she... Yes, I was a little girl crazy, and that's why we wouldn't have worked then. Because I was girl crazy, and I had to get that out of the way. Look, I like the ladies. What can I say?
It's fine, yeah. You're no Billy Crystal. You're no...
No, I'm no Billy Crystal. But no, I like the ladies. And if they didn't like me back, that was okay. But yeah, so we were just friends, and 14 years later, I looked her up on Facebook, and there we go. So...
Really?
Yeah, there you go. But
you
we were
Facebook stalked her. That's great, yeah. Think of what would have happened if you hadn't done that. Like,
oh my gosh! No, you looked up a friend on Facebook. That's not stalking.
It's still called Facebook stalking. Yeah.
If you look up someone and then befriend them, that's Facebook stalking. No, Facebook stalking is looking at their post every night and going, "Why don't you change things? Why don't you change things?"
No, it's a slippery slope, Shannon.
Oh my gosh! No, it's not.
It is.
Oh, jeez. Is there something in my tea? No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, you just took a beautiful story. I pursued her. Ye followed her.
I'm just kidding.
I know. Anyway, so it's all good. So when Harry Met Sally, we got one of the funniest guys in the world who was already a big star by then, Mr. Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal. What can I say? You're fabulous, baby. You're fabulous. Can't be better.
That's right. He's great. Yeah.
He's Mike Wazowski.
He was doing like Funny or Die stuff all through the 2010s too. I thought he was amazing because he did When Harry Met Sally 2.
Oh my God!
They're presenting their idea for it, but Adam, what is his name? Adam Scott.
Maybe.
Yeah. Adam Scott from Parks and Recreation. And
Okay,
all that
okay.
stuff.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
part of like
And
the
Piranha
3-person
3D.
team that's like okay, we love this idea, but we just want to try something out first. And they become vampires in the movie. So he's eating like a liver
remember
or
this
something with
sketch.
Helen Mirren. Yeah, it's Helen Mirren he meets in the nursing home. And so they become vampires together. They're like bloodsuckers, and they're in the car, and he's eating his like a liver. He's like, "You want some?" She's like, "No, I don't eat between meals," like Meg Ryan does in the movie. And he spits it on the window, and it goes all over the window. He's like, "I'll roll down the window," because that's what happened on their road trip to New York in the movie. Yeah.
Right.
So it was pretty funny. He also did a
my
Westworld thing where he
goodness.
was the guy from City Slickers as a robot
Oh, yes.
at Westworld.
Yes.
That
I
was
did
so
see
good.
That was
Okay.
great, yes.
Yeah, no, Billy Crystal. But at the beginning of this movie, him and Meg Ryan are young, and they actually do look younger than they do later in
Yeah.
the movie. I don't
Well,
know.
I think it's, let's see, the movie was in 1989, so it's supposed to be set like 12 years before at the very beginning.
Yeah.
So it's not
they're,
like they
they're
stayed
leaving
there.
college, and they were just hooked up by his girlfriend to drive to New York together because they were both
That's
going
right.
to New York. Yeah.
That's right. They were the first Uber. Yeah. So and you
Yeah.
got cute as a button little Meg Ryan who just cute. Just, hi, I'm Meg Ryan. I'm just.
It's true.
Meg Ryan can do a whole emotion in just that little. You know that look that looks like she sucked a lemon, but she's like,
Yeah, and Billy Crystal in this in the beginning is super jaded. He's depressed. He's pessimistic, but super dry and funny. I think too. So it's not a total loss. He is pretty funny, but he's your typical male at the beginning saying men and women can't be friends, because the sex gets in the way, and she thinks he's coming on to her and all this stuff. And
I'm gonna say that's not true because I have had a lot of platonic women friends that were good looking, but I felt nothing for them, and we were just friends. Yeah, we were buddies. So
That's
there
true.
you go.
Yep.
It can happen.
It can happen, but with some people's mentalities, it just can't. I think like some people just don't think it's possible, and so that it isn't possible for them.
Yeah, that's if you don't want it, it won't happen.
Yeah, like I saw a friend one day in a bar chatting up this really cute girl, and they were hitting it off for an hour until she said those words. Me and my boyfriend do that all the time or something, and he stood up and walked away.
Wow. Okay.
And I was like, oh my God, they just hit it off as like best friends. And he just like was just trying to get some, I guess. Like,
oh my gosh. Well, Chris Rock was in this famous sketch when he was on Saturday Night Live in the early 90s where he talks about being the good friend. I'm the good friend. I'm not the one that she cries to when the guy breaks up with her. I'm just a good friend. But then he has a routine later in the stand-up about how treat your lady careful because that good friend is right there with the hammer ready to break the glass.
Oh, yeah, the break glass in case of emergency or whatever. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, this movie is not traditional because they meet each other at the beginning and then they don't see each other for 5 more years.
It's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time. And this skips months and years and, going all the way to the end of the movie or whatever.
Their hair is different. They both have facial hair. Yeah.
Yeah, and they look like, how old they're supposed to be, I think, every time they change it. And for the era of where the era is taking place in the mid 80s, or is it late 70s? Yeah. So I think they did the costuming and the hair and everything looks really good in this movie.
It is genius. They keep running into each other, and at various times she's got someone and he's got someone.
Yeah, he gets married.
And they decide they're just going to be friends.
Yeah.
And they're friends. So she's friends with Carrie Fisher.
They become friends 35 minutes into the movie, by the way. It's like Mark 34. I don't know. So it's like, it's a while, but he's going against his grain there. He's going to go on against his word, which I think is really good.
I'm so glad I was friends with my wife first. I mean, she had a boyfriend, okay. But we were friends and we knew so many cool things about each other. And then when we finally got together, it was just like a great recipe come together,
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. And I still don't know if she said yes when I proposed. She might have said, I guess. But let's see what Siskel and Ebert thought about it. Another great couple. Another Will They or Won't They. Let's see what they thought about it. I'm going to guess they both loved it because Nora Ephron was nominated for an Oscar for this screenplay. Did you know that?
I did know that. Yeah.
Yes.
And she should be.
Right? And this movie, we got to talk real quick. This movie is responsible for the career of Harry Connick Jr. Because this is the first time. Yeah, the soundtrack full of Harry Connick Jr. music.
Yeah, he got nominated for a Grammy as well. He might have won it, but I can't remember. Yeah, but his song didn't come out till much later. Like his big songs or whatever, and like his acting and all that stuff came out 5 years later, maybe more. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember Q99 finally played him in El Dorado in 1994. Whisper Your
Yeah,
Name.
so maybe longer than that. Yeah, it
But
was a
he
while.
he was like in the jazz circles and the swing circles and the like the Americana type circles. So he was huge there. Yeah. But let's get on to what Siskel and Ebert thought about When Harry Met Sally on the next episode of When Siskel Met Ebert.
Our next film is sort of an Annie Hall clone romantic comedy. It's called When Harry Met Sally, and it's Rob Reiner's latest film since The Princess Bride, and it stars Billy Crystal as a young man who is cynical about how men and women relate to each other.
What I'm saying is, and this is not a come on in any way, shape, or form, is that men and women can't be friends because the sex part always gets in the way.
That's not true. I have a number of men friends, and there is no sex involved.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You only think you do.
You're saying I'm having sex with these men without my knowledge?
No, what I'm saying is they all want to have sex with you.
That's Meg Ryan as Sally.
And I'm gonna be 40.
When?
Someday.
In 8 years.
But it's there.
It's very difficult to write contemporary comedy, and When Harry Met Sally, while it's not in the same class as Annie Hall, the film does have some cute moments and a touch of the anguish of modern relationships with...
Why does everyone love Annie Hall so much? And I know, like, it's not aged well.
No,
at all.
nothing Woody. Very little Woody Allen has aged.
But that was supposed to be the movie. Like, everyone's like, oh yeah, Annie Hall's my favorite movie. Like, without a doubt, no matter what he did. Like,
Did it win?
I feel
did it win
like
Best
they're
Picture?
still like that.
Did it win
I think
Best Picture
so,
at the Oscars?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just supposed to be amazing, is what I hear. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never been a huge Woody Allen fan. To me, his best work was Ants. So
okay, yeah.
There you go. Can I say something real quick before we go on? Did you notice at the beginning of this review, Siskel and Ebert had the gigs. They were giggling like two
giggling
little
about the last one. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
I
You think
wonder what it
Siskel
was.
reached? Do you think right before they said action, Siskel reached over and tickled Ebert like Gucci, 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 Gucci?
Yeah, I think so.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
That's how I like to imagine it. Pillow fights and tickling all the time.
Right. Ebert's like, stop it.
Partners having maybe too much time on their hands. Actually, it's a better comedy than social commentary, with one hilarious scene involving Meg Ryan proving to Billy Crystal that most women, most any woman, can fake sexual response.
Here we go.
A marginal thumbs up for me.
I give it a thumbs up, and I liked it a lot. I thought that the dialogue was very funny, that the characters were very attractive. I like this Meg Ryan, who was in Inner Space and DOA, two movies that didn't get probably the attention that both of them deserved.
Interesting.
And I think that Crystal here is so tender. He's so warm. That's the key to his performance here, because everybody knows he's a stand-up comic and he can be wise and cynical and sarcastic.
Right.
But the way in which he apologizes to her a couple of times in the movie is something that I think is very hard for a male to do and a male actor to do, and he does it very well. But one thing I have a problem with you is with the scene that probably got the biggest laugh, and will get the biggest laugh, and that's when they're both sitting in a restaurant.
Right.
She says any woman can fake sexual climax. He doesn't believe her, and so she does it right there in the restaurant, faking, It's a funny scene. I agree it's a funny scene. I don't believe any woman would ever do that. I didn't believe she would do it. I don't believe any woman would do that.
Yeah, but it's a movie.
But
They would. I mean, like, yeah, you can't speak for everybody, but there's just as many people out there that wouldn't, that maybe would. I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah, if you could, you would. That's so funny. Can I just say, Siskel, you know what? Siskel can't make us feel good without having to disappoint us. He said a marginal thumbs up.
Yeah, that's true.
There was no Annie Hall.
Now that we know this is a classic, back then,
like,
they'd never seen these movies before back then. They didn't know how they were going to, be perceived later. They're just seeing it for the first time. So it's weird seeing them watch, Beetlejuice and not liking it all the way through or anything else,
Which one called Beetlejuice a Ghostbusters clone? Come on.
Yeah, I don't even want to know anymore, but yeah.
Right? That's like saying Titanic was a ripoff of Love Boat.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, I thought they said that. I was like, what?
No, but I did. And I thought it was a total ripoff. Captain Stupid was like, iceberg.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
But let's proceed.
But it's a movie that pretends to a realism that scene violates.
I don't think that the film is all that real. That's where I find it, the funny thing, when I compare it with Annie Hall, and there's a lot in the film that is very similar to Annie Hall, that's where the film started to suffer for me by comparison, because Annie Hall, to me, was a faultless picture. I mean, every line counted, and every line seemed top of the head stuff. There was times here where the stuff didn't work. Well, but that's a funny bit.
Well, it is a funny bit. I'm not saying it isn't a funny bit, but it shows, in a way, one of the weaknesses of the movies, that they will go for the gag even if it violates the character. And Reiner, I think, is inviting comparisons to Woody Allen because he has the cutaways to the old couples who are talking. That's something that
their relationship.
And also, he uses the same kind of music that Allen would use, and he uses the same kind of structure. But still, I mean, in a way, it's unfair to compare it to Annie Hall.
No, it's not unfair. We do that all the time.
It's a very, very entertaining movie.
It's entertaining, but we do that. We compare pictures of kind all the time.
That's right. So we were right after all.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
That's fine. I mean, I think he's pretty wrong. I really like this. I did. I mean, I don't know if it holds up as well as it did back then, but it holds up. It's not glued together with sticks and stuff,
Well, here's the thing. I've only seen this movie once when we rented it on VHS. Probably 90, 91, because you heard about it and you were like, this is hilarious. And it was. So I'm sure it still holds up because he said it was something about like not realistic or not story-wise. The couple of best friends, man and woman, who you're thinking they would make a great couple. They're simpatico. They know so much about each other.
They look like brother and sister. They're perfect,
right? And then maybe they are. Who knows? I don't know where they're from. But she's a serial killer and he's an Amish guy on Rumspringa. But I think it'll work. Yeah.
This whole movie is literally put together, I think, by Billy Crystal, Meg Ryan, and Carrie Fisher, and the other guy, Bruno
Kirby.
That's
it. Yeah,
he's
I don't know why I was
great
so excited
in this.
And you know what? He's in literally a handful of films.
Yeah. When they're doing that Pictionary scene.
Yes.
Do you remember them playing Pictionary or whatever they're playing? She's drawing the baby on the wall, and they get baby, and he's still trying to say something about an ape, and then he's like, "What does he say?" He says, "Baby." Oh gosh.
I don't know. It's been decades.
I know. Oh gosh. Oh no.
If anyone knows the answer to this of what Bruno Kirby said in this scene, please email us or write us or talk to us right now.
I've got it. Hold on one second.
Okay. Well, while you're saying that, I want to say Bruno Kirby was in City Slickers with Billy Crystal, and he was hilarious in that one.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes, but I can't think of anything else he was in.
Oh, wow. He died in 2006. Okay.
He died in 2006. Right.
Yeah. He says baby fish mouth. Baby fish mouth. And he keeps saying baby fish mouth like it means anything at all. And he sells it. It's so funny.
And
I was dying.
That's
literally
funny.
laughing.
And then
it was so funny.
Doesn't Carrie Fisher and Bruno Kirby, don't they fall in love and get married?
Well, they go on a double date. Yeah. And then it's like they're four, Billy's there with
Carrie Fisher, and then Meg Ryan's there with Bruno. Meg Ryan.
But Carrie Fisher quotes something that is something that this Bruno character actually wrote, and she was quoting him, and she didn't know it was him, and he didn't know she knew who he was. He's some kind of writer for the Times or something like that.
Yeah.
And apparently, and so they just hit it off really well, and it's like the other two, Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan, don't like these guys at all. Like they like each other, you can tell, and they're fine with it. But like when they're walking down the road, they're walking down the sidewalk, and they're each talking. The ladies are talking to the ladies, and the boys are talking to the boys.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
They're both telling him, like, I know you like her, but give it some time. Give her some time, and let Meg Ryan down just a little, easy, because she's this, and she was saying the same thing about him, and so they continue to walk down the street, and Carrie Fisher goes, "I gotta go taxi," and then the taxi stops. And he goes, "I'm going with you," and they just jump in the cab.
That is hilarious.
And drive off, and they're all so good together, and that kind of ensemble thing. And toward the end, where they're all on the phone together.
Yes.
No, I guess it's in the middle. All of that was shot on the same set, and they did it in one take.
Wow.
Well, I'm sorry. They tried to do it all in one take.
Oh, you just had me believing you. I was so behind that. Wow, one take.
Let's see. I got a quote.
They did it in one take.
I got a quote from Reiner. For the scene in which Sally calls Maureen, Harry calls Jess at the same time, there were 3 separate sets, all on the same, soundstage.
Oh, cool.
We had 3 different sets. One where Bruno and Carrie were, a separate set where Billy was, and a third set where Meg was. It was all on the same soundstage. It was almost like doing a recording in a studio. The phones were all hooked up to each other because there are no cuts, if you notice. If somebody makes a mistake and it's a 3 to 4 page scene, you can't cover it. You can't cut away to anything. You have to do it over again. So how many times did they try to get it right? We shot it 61 times.
Oh my God.
If you remember at the end, they hang up on their phone, boom, 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 in rhythm. It took forever to get it right. We did it 54 in, and we did it. They hung up the phones perfectly, then Bruno blew his last line, so he had to start all over again.
Curbs, why? Oh, Curbs.
But no, it's a good movie. It's so good. I think he's very funny. I think she's very good in it. Like,
yeah.
What is it? Oh, and there's this old couples telling their stories all through the film. They are actors, but the stories are real. So Nora Ephron really went around and gathered all these stories, and a lot of this is from Rob Reiner's life after divorcing Penny Marshall.
That's right, which a lot of people may not remember that Meathead married Laverne.
Yeah, and
true.
Him and Nora Ephron and Billy Crystal all put in on this.
I was going to say Billy Crystal did contribute.
Yeah, a bit. I think he actually is responsible for the line in Katz's Deli when she says, "I'll have what she's having."
And who says that line, Mr. Matches?
I don't know. Who was that?
Oh, that was Rob Reiner's mom. That was. Oh, I thought you knew that. Yeah, that's
okay.
That's common knowledge. No, okay.
I wasn't paying attention at all, but yeah.
Oh, that's okay. That was one of the things I heard even before I saw the film. They're like, that's Rob Reiner's mother saying, "I'll have what she's having."
Okay, I think I knew that at one time, but probably forgot. But there's just so many quotable lines. It's like
there are. And Billy Crystal is good at being cynical, but you still like him.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I don't know if do you remember a movie called Forget Paris, where he was like a referee, basketball referee? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That was like the anti when Harry Met Sally.
Is that the one where his dad's going around like saying all the signs like the orthodontist? And is that maybe that's something else.
I don't know.
It is. Well, it's like he's got an old Jewish father. And when they ride around, he just lists everything that's on the signs. McDonald's.
I don't know. I feel like Billy Crystal's in a movie with an older comedian that plays his dad. Maybe that's a different one. I don't know.
Maybe a different one.
Maybe
yeah,
Alan
I can't
King,
remember.
But I will say one thing about Forget Paris. One of my favorite scenes is when he's a basketball referee for the NBA and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he ejects him and he's like, "But this is my farewell game." And Billy Crystal goes, "Well, let me be the first to say farewell."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So there's the bit in the museum between them where he's like doing that funny voice and he says something like, "But I would be proud to partake of your pecan pie." Or pecan pie or whatever, and she has to say it back to him or whatever. Apparently he ad-libbed that bit.
Really?
And she looks over to the side, and that's where the director was, and he just says, "Roll with it," Yeah. And that was one of the funniest bits in the movie to me, because it was just so random and good. The Sheldon scene. Do you remember Sheldon?
Like I said, I've only seen it once, so I just remember the highlights.
Well,
Tell me about Sheldon.
Sheldon wasn't a real character, but...
you mean Bazinga?
No.
Oh, my mistake. I was being zazzy. Sorry.
Harry Burns says, "With whom did you have this great sex?" Sally says, "I'm not going to tell you that." "Fine, don't tell me." Shell Gordon. Sheldon? No, you did not have great sex with Sheldon. I did too. No, you didn't. A Sheldon can do your income taxes if you need a root canal. Sheldon's your man, but humping and pumping is not Sheldon's strong suit. It's the name. Do it to me, Sheldon. You're an animal, Sheldon. Ride me, big Sheldon. Doesn't work.
I can hear Billy Crystal say those lines.
I tried.
That's good. I can hear Billy Crystal he's got such like a quick one-liner kind of delivery.
He has very good delivery.
He does. He was in the Kenneth Branagh Hamlet movie in 1996, the one that was 17 hours long.
I saw that one, yeah.
Yeah, wasn't he a gravedigger?
I think so, yeah.
I think because he had the line, did he have the York, last poor York? We barely know him,
Oh, yeah, okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, cool.
He had one of those famous lines. The thing, I want to say real quick, they mentioned Meg Ryan was in Inner Space. I don't know what her first big movie was, but I remember DOA. I think it was either Harrison Ford or Dennis Quaid, who she was married to
Yeah.
For a long time, you may have forgotten that.
Yeah, I
and,
knew that.
yeah. And apparently Great Balls of Fire helped break them up because Dennis Quaid wanted to be like Jerry Lewis in real life.
They also had mistresses, including Leah Thompson, fresh off the set of Back to the Future. Scandalous.
No.
She was 21.
Dennis
he was
Quaid?
40. Yeah, you know.
He
it's
wasn't
one of those
40
things.
then.
I don't know. He was old. He was
How
old and
old do you
gross.
think Dennis Quaid is, Matches?
Still 40? I don't know.
He's still
old.
40. That's old. That's so old. But anyway, so they were together in Inner Space for sure. Inner Space, as I've said before, very underrated, kind of forgotten.
Oh
comedy.
yeah, I watched it
Martin Short.
recently.
Oh,
and
you
there
did?
is so much to that movie. Like
It's hilarious.
it goes on and on and on, and there's so many parts and people in it, and
break
some of my
it down.
favorite people are in it. And oh my gosh!
Yes,
Like,
and it's so weird. Like Dennis Quaid is shrunk down and accidentally put in Martin Short's body.
yeah, it's
And you get to see Martin
fantastic.
Short. Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to think.
Tell me.
Who
Robert
is this
Picardo,
guy?
we
He's
talked
from,
about
I
him.
think he's on The Burbs too, and he was on Inner Space. Is that right? Am I thinking of the same person or somebody else?
Are you thinking about the evil scientist? Because he's not in the Burbs. Kevin McCarthy,
Okay,
who
no,
was in
you're right.
UHF.
Yes,
was
yeah,
villain in
that's the
UHF.
one. Okay,
'Cause he
okay,
looks
he's not.
like he talks like he's having a stroke half the time. Like, tell him to leave.
I love that guy. Like he
Yes.
should be on like every Frankenstein, Dracula movie or
Yes.
whatever.
He
And-
was in the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Was he really?
Yes, the 50s version, I think. Because
Wow, how old was that guy?
He was 100. No, I'm just kidding. He
Man,
died like
I
probably a
everything
while
he
ago.
was in. I just absolutely loved. I wanted to do more about that guy because I think
He
he's
was
like
great in
quirky
UHF.
and funny and looked really
Yes.
cool. You know? Yeah.
Yes, that's awesome. I will tell you this. It's so funny you mentioned Leah Thompson. Both her and Meg Ryan were in Burger King commercials in the early
Really?
80s when they were first
Yeah.
starting off acting. Yeah, they were so excited. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But yeah,
Down by Burger King.
there you go. Gotta love it.
When you go to Burger King, do they tell you rule when you order? Have you been recently?
They do. Because sometimes they're really enthusiastic about like,
Yeah.
welcome to Burger King where you rule. And I'll be like, well, thank you for recognizing that.
Yeah. Well, they do it to me at the end. They're like, "Thank you,
Oh.
you rule," and it's
Oh.
like, I really do. Wow, it makes me feel good when I'm driving away.
Well, dang it. They're just building me up before we even start for no reason. The
That's
ones that
right.
aren't very enthusiastic, I love like, welcome to Burger King where you rule. What's with my life?
That's right. Mhm.
I got a crown one time though. Guy said, hey man, while you're waiting for your chicken sandwich, you want a crown? I was
They
like,
pushed one on me too, but it was the Wednesday crown, so I got like a cool crown.
man, that's not
Yeah.
fair. All right.
That's
So
true.
in Harry Met Sally, Rob Reiner, one of his masterpieces, one of Billy Crystal, and Meg Ryan. Do you know Nora Ephron's second film that she directed? Real quick.
Oh, let's see.
It's just a little unknown
Is this her
indie.
first one?
No, her first one she directed was This Is My Life with Marge Simpson in it, Julie Kapner. No.
Oh, okay.
Her second film was Sleepless in Seattle with Meg Ryan.
Oh, to direct. Okay.
And
yeah,
she also,
yeah.
to direct.
And
No,
then,
she wrote
then
a ton
the
of
Samesies
movies before this.
movie, You Got Mail. Yeah.
There you go. The sequel. So when Harry Met Sally, it's obviously a great movie. I got to watch it again. I got to find a way to watch it. Like I said, it is a quintessential.
I rented
ding-
it for $4, $5 on Apple TV.
Apple.
Only place I could find it. I mean, it's so other places too, but I couldn't
Oh.
rent it some places, and I could buy it in some places, but I couldn't buy it in other. I don't know. It was weird. Anyway,
It is complicated, the web.
Yeah, it's-
I can't afford Apple TV. I have Fiona Apple TV. Yeah.
oh, it's
It's
actually
very
one of the
criminal.
cheaper and better ones. You get it for a month every year. You've caught
Yeah.
up. You know, like
It is cheap. It's not bad. It's got that new
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn show. So yeah.
I've got it free for 3 months, but it's gonna run out when my favorite comes back, Severance.
Well, it has Ted Lasso, and that's all you need.
Have you seen
But-
Severance?
I couldn't get into it. I gotta try it again.
Try it again. It will
I'm
blow your
trying.
mind. It is
Okay.
amazing.
I'm ready. So, but speaking of mind blown, we're gonna go back to Harry Met Sally and find out how you rate it. What would you rate Harry Met Sally?
Okay. I give it
You give it a
5.
10?
I give it 5 Sheldons out of 5.
I'm so glad you chose that. I'm gonna give it 5. Yes. 5 out of
Okay.
5. Was that 5? Did I go to 5?
I thought you were gonna say like sexual climaxes or something.
No,
Like
come on,
Siskel
man. The
Ebert.
kids are listening. I'm just kidding. Rocket and Groot don't listen, but I have told, I have asked my wife. I was like, "Is Groot listening?" And she's like, "I don't know."
Because
I'll be like, "We're
I
gonna
hope he
do-
is. Hey Groot, I hope you're doing
Yeah,
okay.
Groot. If you're listening,
Little
Groot,
buddy.
You're the best.
That's right.
You too, Rocket. But yeah, when Harry met Sally. So, man, I feel all warm and cozy right now and all romantic.
Really?
Yeah. Good
I love
feelings.
it.
We'll go
That's
see
right.
some Harry Connick Jr. to my wife. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. It's fine with me. All right. Well, I guess that's it for now. Hey, Shannon. What you got there, buddy?
Hi. I was wearing my hunter's hat, very Elmer Fudd. I was just.
What are you trying to say?
Matches our friendship is like a song by Lionel Richie. By Cyndi Lauper. Our friendship is a deep thing, and I consider you a brother and not just a friend. And even more than that, I fire on Sector 5, fire on Sector 5. You're noob. I'm gonna pawn you.
What? What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm just saying original words. You look hot. What? No.
What?
It's weird.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Shannon, is someone feeding you lines again?
No.
They are. Every time you do
They
that,
might
no. It's true.
They might be. Sorry. I'm more than just these good looks, though. And hopefully our producer can add some CGI and some makeup effects. Thanks. Appreciate it, producer. I heard him in the background. He said he'll try, but he can't make a Matisse out of a pop-up art. Yeah.
That's right.
Can't make a paint-by-numbers into a Van Gogh. Well, speaking of Van Gogh, we're about to be Van Gone.
That's
we
right.
had a great time. Did we have a great time?
I think it was a good show. Like, I feel like I contributed this week, and I felt good about it.
You always contribute. Dude, you're like 110%, okay?
What? Okay.
Yeah, and I bring the 2%, and that makes this delicious milk. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm skimming it. Yeah. No, you always bring it. I just want to say, I want to say for real, without the hat, you and your brother are like a brother to me, and I love you, and I mean that for sure. I'm having so much fun doing this podcast with you.
Me too.
Yeah. When matches met Shannon. Yeah, we had a good time. We talked about Roxanne. We talked about when Harry met Sally. I think Teddy showed up, and we had this great product. Sticks and Stones, they won't break your bones, or will they?
They will. Real bad.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
you know when you say that to people, that 60 stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. They're like, throw sticks and stones at them. Thanks for the suggestion, Billy.
Yeah. The words hurt too, though. They really do.
Words.
I had a teacher tell me that one time in second grade. Sticks and stones will break your bones. Words will never hurt you. And I was just like, really, lady?
You want to
so
look at
mad.
my heart?
I was 8, but like at the same time, screw you, lady.
I know, right? You know, it's funny. I tell Rocket that when I was little, believe it or not, I was about as skinny as this pinky right here, as this mic, and people made fun of me for being too skinny. They were like, "Hey, look, it's an apple on a toothpick. Hey, if the wind blows, you better hang on to something." So then I got fat, and people made fun of me for being fat.
Are you serious?
So I told. You know.
Do they do this Do they?
Yeah, sometimes people follow me around with the tuba. It's okay though. I don't care.
Oh my
I told
God.
Rocket. I told Rocket, let this be an example to you. Oh no, people make fun of me because I'm fat, especially strangers. Yeah,
Oh my God.
Yeah, they
I'm
feel
so
they can
sorry.
say things. Oh no, it's okay. I have good hearing, but it's fine.
Well, next week we're doing Shallow Hal and. Just kidding.
Great, Nutty Professor.
Nutty
Are we doing Free Willy? Are we doing Free Willy matches?
Oh no, we gotta
I
wait
will say-
we gotta wait for the Free Willy special. I think it's the spring.
Oh, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, this is gonna be so
I want to
good.
say real quick though. One time I was picking up pizzas for my youth group. I was a youth director. That's right. Suffered the little children. They did.
Yeah.
I was picking up pizzas and there was these two kids in a car, and one of them, all of a sudden I started hearing, "Hey, fatty, fat, fat, fatty, fat, fat," and I turn around and the kid ducks down, and he eases his head up, and I look at him with the meanest look I can muster, which is hard, and I go, "Hey, hey, hey." And just take off.
Did
And
you
I'm like,
really?
I did. But I use
great.
that as an example to tell Rocket that people are going to make fun of you no matter what. That's not your problem. That's them.
Oh yeah, that's true. I wish I knew that harder back then because I should.
No, I get it. My mom used to tell me that people pick on you because they're scared themselves, they're bullies. And I'm like, well, I wish they'd stop being so scared.
Yeah, I love that bit in 30 Rock where Tina Fey goes back to her prom, and she was the nerd back then. So her perception of it was she always got picked on, but theirs was she was so mean to them.
She was the
because
bully.
She was the bully. It's so good.
That's like Rob Schneider in that 3-man baseball movie Benchwarmers.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
the bully, but
Oh, that's right. Benchwarmers was really good. It was up there with Grandma's Boy, honestly. Almost.
We should cover those for sure.
We will,
But
yeah. But next week we got a good show. If anyone's still listening, I don't know what we've cut out of this.
Yeah, if you're still with us,
we're having a Candyman-a-thon. We're having a Candyman test.
Yeah, because we're going to feature not only the movie Candyman.
No, don't do it. Nope. There's too much reflection in here. Yeah, don't do it. Nope. We're going to have. We're doing John Candy.
Yeah, we're doing one of my favorite John Candy films of all time. Planes,
it's one
Trains.
of my favorite John Candy.
No, it's one of my favorite. Fine, I'll take Uncle Buck.
It's one of mine. No, I'm
it's
kidding.
mine.
It can be our movie.
They don't got to know. It could be our
Can't
film.
get you know.
Oh, yeah.
I do that at work all the time.
Oh, yeah, I do Adam Sandler all the time. I'll be saying, hey, how's it going today?
Yep, but yeah, that's it. We're doing Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and Candyman to celebrate the life of the late Tony Todd. So
yes, who just passed away. We love you, Tony Todd. Candyman, tons of credits, and The Crow.
One of my favorite horror movies of all time. So
Candyman?
Yeah, we're doing it. Yeah,
cannot wait. That's gonna be
absolutely
awesome. But until you say 3 names in a row, how can they contact us, Matches?
That's right. They can contact us at nomspodcast@gmail.com. nomspodcast@gmail.com. nomspodcast@gmail.com.
Say it more, you'll fall on the floor. I don't know.
That's right, yep. I mean, you can comment under this video, whether you're on Spotify or YouTube. You can leave a comment now. We'd love to hear from you. If you like us, if you hate us, I don't care. Rate us 5 stars and tell us you hate us. It's fine.
Yeah, I take your fat jokes and I turn them into fuel.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah, we don't fat shame around here, though.
I'm a bit
we
like
are
CD.
fat.
I can think of even better fat jokes than you can.
Oh.
But you know what? No matter what you look like, no matter what God gave you, be proud, love yourself, love others, because I believe that children are our future.
Teach them well and let them lead the way.
That's right. And those that can't teach Jim.
That's right.
I'm just kidding. That's a School of Rock joke. Well, it's been fun, but I gotta go say some sweet nothings to my wife. So that's when I whisper in her ear and I go, nothing.
Oh, I love it. That's good. Do it
Thanks,
again.
man. All right, I'm out.
All right, we out.
Is it working? Is the freeze frame working? Special effects. Wait up. All right,
okay,
that
was good. Hey, we did it. Oh my God.
Yeah, I hope we did okay.
Nom nom nom.
Nom nom nom.